Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. All right, so first, let me make sure you can actually hear the damn game. Huh, that'll work. Game can be heard, it's just low as fuck. There we go. All right, I know I ain't streamed in a long time. But I'm gonna play like one or two games. Probably gonna be losses, because I mean, I'm still at like 1600 MMR, but 1600 MMR's gotten a little bit more advanced for whatever reason. It seems like most of the people that generally play ranked stay at about 1600 MMR casual-wise, of course. So, I've been running into some decent parties, but you know, every time I stream, everybody plays like they have no common sense anyway, so I guess it really don't matter what I say at this point. But what I'm gonna go over is everybody from bronze to about GC1 consistently, constantly, always, always make these one mistakes, and it drives me absolutely crazy, especially when I'm playing with them. Do I make the mistakes? Yeah, sometimes it's unavoidable, but I don't make the mistakes nearly as much as other people make. One, and the number one reason why most goals are scored on you, by the way, is positioning. You need to know the difference between your basic field positioning, which I'm just going to say neutral positioning. You got your defensive positioning, and then you have your offensive positioning. If it was American football, it'd be like special teams, but you know, whatever. And the positioning that people miss is the thing that I actually want to talk about today, because you find a huge amount of positional errors, and it just drives you up the wall when you're trying to play, you know, an ice cold Rocket League game. You're in a good lobby, you're up against a team, and the other team just destroys you. Three things. One, well, besides positioning, I'll go over positioning in a minute. I'll go from least to, well, they're all about the same in importance, but we'll start with the easy to explain stuff and the harder to explain stuff. First, situational awareness. That is one of the main things that creates double commits and things like that, people jumping over the ball to other people, etc., etc. I made a basic low level, you know, low level to me is anywhere between bronze and right about GC1, beginning GC1. So bronze all the way to basic GC. GC1 is the same as Champ 3, which is why I include them. It's just Champ 3 with a fuck ton more speed. No common sense, just speed. That's all you build in GC1 is speed. They don't care if you're accurate or whatever, as long as you're fast. When going fast, they end up fucking off on the other four aspects of the game, and that's why they end up having to wear their titles and all of that to justify that they're a GC when they're just a baby. Baby GC, not important. Once you get out of GC1, titles generally disappear because they know they've made it. They don't need that ego stroke. But starting out, situational awareness. If you got a teammate that is anywhere on the field, as I always say, you should not be playing the same portion of field that they are playing. The only exception to that particular rule, and it's not really an exception, is if your teammate is passing to you, making a close pass down, but still, you shouldn't be playing the same, you know, corner that they're playing and trying to score that like this from this angle. Anyway, if they're going for a pass like that. So, I mean, it's not really an exception, but as I stated before, which I wish I would have picked Champions Field, this field can be cut into 6 basic parts, excluding the middle. You got corner, you got goalie, you got opposite corner. And as you go up from corner to midfield, this is a second section. From midfield to opposite corner, there's another section. So we'll just say there's 9 little squares that you could play. 3 going down this side, we go to the middle field. The 3 going down this side, this includes goalie area to midfield to other goalie area. From this left back corner to middle left to upper left. And then the opposite side, all the way down. So you divide that into 9. You have 3 places you can play on your side of the field, 3 places you can play in the middle field, also known as no man's land, at least that's what I call it, no man's land, and then 3 positions on the opponent's side. The 3 middle positions, from here all the way through to here, all the way through to here, again, is what I call no man's land. You don't want to be chilling in no man's land unless you have a damn good reason. No man's land, you should only be trafficking through. You shouldn't be chilling there. Appropriate situations for going in and chilling in no man's land is grabbing boost. And like I said, you're just passing through. You should be passing through. You shouldn't be sitting there just chilling. Unless somebody gives you a dog shit pass that comes towards your car, then you might have to wait for the ball to go past you and then follow it up the wall, or you might have to pass it back to them. Or if the pass is in front of you and you're heading backwards or forwards, you can turn and, you know, get the shot. If you are being rooted by a teammate, that is the only legitimate excuse or reason that you should be in no man's land. Or if you're going for like an air dribble or something like that off the wall. Obviously, it's still a passing through. You're going through with the ball, you're going up, and then you're leaving. What's up, dude? Speaking of, I didn't pin chat. I'm glad Discord's still open. Yeah, I didn't forgot how to. How does one go about pinning chat? I guess I still have the pinning app on my desktop, so I'll just go through and do it that way. Desktop. And app. Then we go back to OBS. There we go. Yep. Ain't really been on. Been doing other things. Gaming's actually gotten quite boring. Not the funnest thing anymore. Alright. Now, as I was saying, the field should be divvied up to between, let's say, 9 little boxes. In Champions Field, you can see the boxes better, which I guess it's not that big of a deal just to go out and switch to Champions Field right quick. It is there. This would have been a lot better with Baki's mod because you can see the coloring and all of that. Now, the goalie area, all of that other stuff, I made a previous video on goalie challenging and things like that. Which area is the goalie's area, which area is everybody else's area, where they can flick from and get accurate shots, etc., etc. There's a previous video on the channel about all of that. If you're interested in that, go back and check out that content. For today, situational awareness. When you are out there with the ball, you are the front man. You should have situational awareness before you even head to that ball where the opponents are. Even if I'm on kickoff, say I'm on kickoff, I should know exactly where each opponent is at. And I should have a basic spreadsheet in my mind about what they could possibly do and what I should do based off what they do. I should have it in my mind whether I want to win the kickoff, whether I'm going to lose the kickoff, etc., etc. And that plan should update in my mind as I'm going for kickoff. If I go for kickoff and I fuck up my kickoff, but I'm able to save it by just going and cutting it early to try and get the kickoff bump here and try to salvage the situation, you should have the recovery skills and all of that for the situation that you're in. Or let's say I go for a regular kickoff and I see that they're speed flipping and they're going to destroy me. If you're looking at their car as you're going off kickoff and all of that, if they're perfectly parallel with the ball the entire time, they're obviously going to be speed flipping it straight. If you can see a portion of their car throughout any of the other sides, it means they're going to be coming from a wider angle. So if they're coming straight at the ball, you can expect that they're either going to hit the ball towards you or they're going to hit the ball directly into your goal. So if you're going and you fuck up your kickoff, or if they're speed flipping and all of that, and you see that, you can either turn back towards goal to try to pick it up with a fake and then pick it up as it goes through, because your other guys are probably going for boost. Or if they're hitting it the opposite way, cut off your kickoff early and try to pick it up over here, beat him to the boost, and try to control the ball. He has a faster kickoff than you, you're beat. You don't need to worry about what's happening now and how can I beat him when he's doing a speed flip if you don't have the skills available for that. You should be thinking about what's going to happen next. Another thing with situational awareness. If I have the ball in the corner and it's off of, let's say, a save or something, generally you'll either have a teammate waiting out and about, or you'll have a teammate, if you're in champ, right here on this boost coming back to rotate in. This guy will just now be saving the ball, and you'll be here ready to pick it up. It's what we call a fast break. If everybody else, if their entire team's up and nobody's covering goal. Which again, before you even think about doing all of that, you should know and be able to see the positions that they're in and what they're holding before you even think about turning and picking this ball up as it's getting saved. Then as you are coming around and passing up the goalie to pick up his save, if the goalie gets the shit saved, that is, you should be looking to see what's in front of you and where you can take the ball. If there's somebody directly up on the wall about to cut you off and they're going to get to the ball first, don't continue to chase the ball. Act like you're going to do something and then fake off the ball and go back for an opposite post rotation. Just keep in mind, situational awareness, by the time all of that happens, the goalie's going to be flipping and landing about here to be the next one up. If that guy that's on the wall hits the ball off the ball, your goalie now has the ball. If he hits it across and past the goalie, there's a guy here that's getting the boost. Or He's up, you know, around this way waiting to see what happens. He sees that you get beat and it goes across. At that point, this guy that's across can either wait for a pass past him and stay up, or he needs to get his ass back if he sees, because this entire time, he should be able to see everybody's positions in the field. If you're heading back and getting boosted and you're doing this shit, and then seeing what's going on, you're fucking wrong. As you're coming back off of kickoff, say you lost a kickoff, you should be, where's my opponent's positioned at? Okay, they're all in front of our goal and they are fucking rotating like fucking monsters. I need to get back quick as possible. Or the ball is going to be loose and I think it's going to be cleared across, or he's going to get beat. I need to stay wider out so I can grab this, turn around, and score a shot if it goes to the goalie. If it goes past the goalie, you're here. You can make the decision. As you're coming back, if there is an opponent in between you and the goal, then obviously you need to do something and try to support your goalie as best as possible. If that's just open space in this corner, and you know that your goalie can just turn around and get it, let your goalie turn around and get it, and then wait for the pass, or opposite post rotation, because as you're rotating across, this guy that was in the corner here is going to take over goalie position as the goalie moves up and tries to get a hold of the ball. After the goalie has control of the ball, this guy needs to make the decision. If the other guy stays up for high boost, then he needs to stay opposite post, either here or here, depending on where the ball is and where everybody else is, you know, on the other team and all of that, to defend the goal. You should not immediately turn back out and see that both of them are out and then go out and across like that. 9 out of 10 times, the goalie should see that the other person that's across is in front of them. And after they hit the ball, and you know, well, I guess it would be from here, clear the ball, bang, whether it's a good clear, bad clear, whether they want to control it or not, well, grab this boost next after they clear the ball, and then they're going to continue up. As the guy in the front does whatever he wants to do with the ball, the goalie needs to decide whether or not he needs to continue following like this to try to get a goal on shot or a shot on goal, or if the guy goes up wall and tries some like double tap shenanigans, then you're going to want to go over to the other side and try to score it on the other side. You need to be looking at your teammate. You also need to be looking at the opponent's positions. If he goes for a double touch and the other team, all three of them are back, and if he misses the touch, they're just going to get free ball control and be able to make a play or a snipe, then you might not want to, you know, creep all the way up and continue going like this just to have the ball flip over your head and have to turn around and boost backwards and try to save the ball, you know, back here. If you see he's going for an individual play and all of that, then only thing you need to do is just chill out over here unless you see that he has control of the ball, and then read it as he goes by. If he's going high off the wall and he's trying to get a double touch, it's probably going to bounce either to the corner or bounce farther out. You need to make the decision. Are you going to hope that he makes it and just keep a defensive position? Or are you going to go past no man's land? And are you going to play, you know, where you should be up here to try to score, you know, whatever is next? This is another situational awareness issue, is if you see that there's a guy in goal perfectly lined up to take over if he misses his double touch or fucks it up. If he fucks up his double touch, don't just randomly jump for the damn ball, because you're probably not going to get that shit. If you're not there to cover after he misses the double touch immediately, then you should completely just abandon that situation and get ready for the snipe shot. Abandoning the situation early if you're not behind in points. You're not significantly behind in points. Being down 1 goal is fine unless it's the end of the game. If you're down, you know, 2 or 3 goals, you might want to try to go for that, and you might want to pre-jump that shit maybe, and even try to get it in the upper left corner. You gotta kinda push yourself to your limits to try to get that goal back. If it's a good pass, you should cover it. If it's not a good pass, you shouldn't. How do you know if it's a good pass or not? Well, if you jump where he's supposed to be passing it and the ball goes all the way in the other corner or pinches, then you know it's not a good ass pass. You should have recovery skills and, you know, the knowledge to not do some dumb shit like this. Be right here, and then pre-jump, and then be like this shit and trying to score and land inside of their goal. If you see that he's going up to pass the ball to the corner, you don't need to jump till, you know, you're closer in. Because if I jump from here, for example, I see him going for it, and I'm sitting here, and I jump for it, look how much time there is just to get there. Whether I'm positioned properly and I'm here, I just bang, goal. I could have probably even waited even a little bit longer if I wanted to see exactly where he was pointing the car. And as you're going up to support this, again, you should know where all three of the opponents are and their vectors that they can shoot and things like that. If you got a guy in that corner, a guy in that corner, and a guy in goal, you have better chances of scoring because the guy that's over here going for the double touch is going to bypass this guy right here. So he's basically out of the play in that corner. This guy over here is probably going for boost. He's basically out of the play. Plus, you have a better line on him. If he's over there in that corner, you need to make sure you can get there before he gets there. So your positioning should be anywhere in front of that guy. Because if you're in no man's land challenging, like I see all the time, and you're boosting up and trying to get there to make a shot over in this corner, this guy that's going for boost is just going to turn and be there 3 times as fast as you are. So you need to be faster than whatever teammate that can defend that particular situation. If that guy that's in that corner gets bypassed and you're positioned to where that guy isn't an issue, then you now know that the only person that you need to get by is the guy that's in goal. If he panics, jumps, pre-jumps, misses the ball, or does anything, you know, buggy wucky, you have the time from this guy or that guy, whichever one's faster, who get to the ball and block that goal. That's your time limit or your time frame you have to score that. And if you have a hellacious time frame, because that guy fully commits and flies downfield the middle, and this guy is, you know, right about here and ain't even gone, and the pass has already been sent, you know you have more time and you don't immediately need to jump for that opposite corner. You can wait till you get a better angle and maybe score it here. Or even let it bounce off wall a little bit and then get it to where you can just barely tap that shit in. You need to know the situations of everybody around you. As you play the game more and more, the only thing you're going to need is a glance. If I have control of the ball, and before I start dribbling, I take a glance, and one guy's at that boost, one guy's at that boost, one guy's in goal, I now know that one, whichever one of them is going to be the slowest, that's going to be one of my vectors. I know if the left guy is slowest, then I want to kind of try to go left, because I know he's not going to be able to get to the ball before I make my play. If I'm dumb and just take it whatever, you know, is my strongest way and be right, and I go this way, but that guy's fast as shit, he's just going to 50 me right here before I even get anywhere, and the ball's going to be sent all the way back into my goal, and it's going to be a sad day. Your reaction time's going to have to be extremely fast. Now, if he's fast but he's dumb, instead of turning back towards goal, he turns outwards and gives you that little way in, then you can go in like this and start getting, you know, your touches and everything set. Again, that's looking at your opponent. If you're going downfield, you shouldn't have your eyes locked onto the goalie and be doing this shit. Okay, goalie's there. Okay, goalie's there. Okay, I'm going to hit it past the goalie, and then I'm going to try and score. If you have your eyes locked on goalie, you're going to have a hell of a time when you're locked on goalie doing this shit. Somebody comes in, knocks the ball off, and then the goalie's like, huh, free ball. I'm going to snipe it downfield, you know, into their goal. And you just gave up a goal because you tunnel vision ball and goalie instead of everything that's around you. You got to pay attention to everything. If I'm dribbling like this, I have to keep in mind that, you know, there's a guy to my right that if he's fast, he could completely skip the goalie, cut the goalie in rotation, and smash the ball off me. If he challenges from a position to where, you know, it's basically, I ain't gonna say it's a useless position, but if he's out of position getting boost, and he passes up somebody that's actually in a position and manages to get that hit off of you, and you're like this, and the ball gets hit to over there, this guy that's on the other side's gonna say again, free ball. Now he has control. As he's taking the ball out, the goalie that was in a strong position is going to follow him and support him and see what he's trying to do, and, you know, go to whatever side he needs to. All of you guys are up, except for if you have a man back like you're supposed to. He's in a 2v1 situation, one guy passes it to the other guy, and then bang, your goalie gets scored on. So situational awareness does also include recovery. If I'm going to go for a dumb air dribble that I don't have control of cross map and try to score it, I need to keep in mind that if I don't get the touches that I need, what's going to happen? Before I'm even getting to the ball, I should know where my teammates are. I got one in back right corner, I got one behind me. Okay, I'm going to take it up this wall because we have control over here. So if something happens and the guy jumps over me and hits the ball to the other side, I know that I have a goalie back here that can just go up and then hit the ball back downfield. Me getting dunked on, I see that the other guy and all of that's covering him. So I can go back and rotate back, but not all the way to goal. You should never be rotating all the way back inside of goal. You just want to rotate to the back of your order. To make things simple, let's say this boost is first man, this boost is second man, this boost is third man. So both of the ones in the middle, and then the other guy being, that's going to score in it now, being your first man. If I go in and I try to make a shot or whatever and I miss as the first man, I need to rotate behind this guy being the third man, behind him, and be able to cover goal. But keep in mind, as I leave the situation, this man is becoming this man, and this man is becoming this man. So third goes to second, and second goes to first. So as I leave first, the other guy's going to come up and take my position for a follow-up shot or whatever, and then he's going to be his backup. No, it should not be in a straight line, but this is just a simple scenario. So you need to be rotated in behind this guy. Remember what I said about no man's land. You should never be in no man's land except you passing through. All of this is going to be one chain reaction. What's going to happen is I'm going to act like I'm the third man. First man goes, second man goes for a follow-up shot, I come through and I come in for another follow-up shot. As the back man, I go back, I rotate behind my other guys, and then we start the process all over again. It's not going to be a straight line, and this is going to be the basic rotation. And let's say I hit it, and I see that my second man missed it, and they're going to get control of the ball. This is why I'm rotating in behind where the second man is, becoming the third man, because as I'm rotating back, I can see that, drop this over here, that the ball got past him and it's heading towards my goal. I can then tip the ball up, keep control of the ball, get boost, and now I can become first man or second man and pass to the first man. Pass off that, first man tries to take a shot, he might hit it, he might not, I'm still up, I come in and then, you know, I finish it. And there's your team play in rotation. Well, positioning, not rotation. Now, this is what becomes a problem when it comes to what I call diamond rotation. Same thing. 3, 2, 1. People in diamond stick to this rotation. They don't look at what they're doing. They just go back. 1, 2, 3. Or 3, 2, 1. They turn back. 3, 2, 1. Drop this right here. They turn back. 3, 2, 1. They turn back. Up, the ball's past them. Ah, shit. Ball's going into my goal. I fucked up by following that rotation. I got scored on. I gave up goal. And you see that so many times, to where two people are up and their back man is just following them in rotation, and the ball go right over their head, and it just be like a slow roller in, and the ball go over their head, and they're trying to boost back as fast as possible, and then they end up jumping too early and then hitting the ball in instead of going around it and getting, you know, the nice save. It's offense or standard versus offensive versus defensive positioning. Again, if you have the situational awareness and you're the first man and you go back, even after you challenge and all of that, or before you challenge, or before you take the shot, you should realize where their teammates' positioning is. If you're going in for a challenge, or a flick or something like that, and you see that they got a guy that's behind both of your other guys on the field, maybe not do that flick like that. Maybe go for a top corner flick that if he saves it, he has to put it into a corner, or something like that. Don't make a flick or a challenge that's directly where he can get it and hit it to his guy that's waiting downfield at like that big boost, who can redirect it behind your guys and score. You have to account for your teammates' shitty ass positioning. Another thing is, if it's a breakaway, you're sitting in the back, and let's say the ball comes to you, and you save the ball, and you go full speed up, you hit the ball, and then you challenge it again, and you miss it, which I'm actually glad that missed. I thought I was going to accidentally score. Keep in mind that it was a breakaway play, and you took the ball up for a single-man play. No matter how fast your teammates are, you just cut them in rotation, took the ball, and shot it. Nobody's going to be there to help you. So if you have no type of pass control or anything like that, and you're just a speedy boy, maybe slow your roll when you're on the breakaway play and all of that, you know? Because by the time you've hit the ball across, went up the wall, and made the play, you got a teammate that's going to do this shit. Fuck, he's gone. And they're going to have to boost their ass off to try to get to you. By that time, you've already missed, and the ball's already on its rebound. So now they have to jump up and try to score some random ass shit, and they end up missing. From that time, because you cut rotation, the other guy who was the back man's going to say, well, fuck, I need to, you know, be up there as well. And the ball's going to be somewhere else, like in their control. They get the ball flipped over them, and then next thing you know, ball, you know, going in the corner or something, or on target, and you being the front man who just challenged and had to deal with that. Maybe you went for another challenge or some shit, and you're on the opposite side of the ball as the ball's in front of your goal, and you're trying to get there as quick as possible, but one of your opponents just goes through and goes boop, and you flip by it and get scored on. Breakaway plays, and if you use an excess of speed, which is why I really don't like GC1s, you use an excess of speed, you can't be reliant on other teammates. You left them behind. You didn't ask for help. You took the ball, you said bang, you know, hit it over to a corner, went up, hit it again, went up, and then you passed it off the wall. Nobody's there to score that shit. If you can't score those, don't go for those on breakaway plays. Instead, if you have to do, you know, the ridiculous save and all of that, and you decide to follow it, instead of hitting it off the wall, slow down and see if you can look back, pass it to a teammate, because you're going to have to turn backwards to get a good pass out. Again, as you're going up, you're going to have to realize the positioning of the opponents. If you got two opponents over here and one like in the middle, then you can turn back and not have a problem with it. They're going to head back towards goal. If you have somebody on your ass trying to demo you or somebody following you that's an opponent, when you turn back, they might just take the ball from you. Losing the ball there isn't an issue. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be in front of everybody. The more ball control you have, the better. Speed's not necessarily... It's needed, but it's not the number one thing that you need. If I get the ball here, and I turn around and I try to set up a teammate for a pass or something, because he has a better angle and I know that the only thing I can do is hit it off the wall, somebody jumps over my shoulder and hits it back, one of your teammates is going to be there to easily slide that up. Now, he has control of the ball, and you can either, like I said, stay up, or you can rotate back, whatever you decide to do, and you can make an even better play. Just because you have ball control doesn't mean that, you know, you need to shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? Same play, if I hit it to the side and it's like a huge bouncer, you can hit it down, take your time, get some fakes in, shit like that, and then slowly make a play, or again, look around the ball to see where they are, etc., etc. That's like a gold level play, by the way. We'll go to about, I don't know, diamond level. You hit the shit, you go up, you generally send it. Instead of jumping for it again, right there you should be looking to see what's going on. Right there. The ball comes in, you grab boost, you hit it, let's say you even go like that. You should be checking. Right here. What can I do with this? Should I go for it again? Is it open? Is somebody else going to challenge it? Etc., etc. Now, obviously, you want to continue your play, but again, situational awareness. I know my teammates aren't going to be there to assist me, so what can I do? Hit it to the side, maybe try to control it a little bit, and go in for a better line. That's about a champ level play, instead of hitting it from yourself. Even in situations where the ball's like right about to go into your goal and you're like shit, and you panic hit it. As a champ, you should still be able to, you know, stop yourself from taking that second hit till you got control of the ball. Worst case scenario, one of them's going to turn on the ball, hit it, and get control. Your teammates are still back there. So unless he gets, you know, an amazing play, you're not going to get any problems with that when it comes to, you know, a champion. They don't have that much ball control. Then we go a little bit higher when it comes to GC and things like that. If there is somebody in goal, you just gotta trust them. Unless they are on the opposite corner of the goal and there's no way in hell that they can't get that they can get to it. You gotta trust them. Ball's going in, let's say they get bumped or demo and you have to come in and, you know, do something there. You don't want to panic flick it. You want to get around it to where you can pop it and get a shot, speed, whatever you need, and get that goal in as quick as possible. And that's where the low levels versus the GCs and shit really comes down to the breakdowns and the SSLs and whatnot. An SSL would have just probably air dribbled it and got a fucking flip reset or some shit off of it, or passed it to a teammate if they were already up. When you're in the low levels, all the way, you know, bronze to GC1, you can't rely on having ball control like this and having a teammate over in, you know, that corner or in mid or some shit like that to where, you know, they can cover you. It's not going to happen. You're not going to have a teammate up to where you can just bang, hit that to them, and then bang, they can score. So you need to be the one responsible for the ball. You are cutting off the goalie or something like that at any low-level game. You are essentially the new goalie. From there, you go to the second man position, and if you don't pass it, you go to the first man position if you control the ball or not. And you'll see it all the time. I still do it too occasionally. I do it more if I ain't got boost. If I don't have boost, I'll try to hit it to the corner, grab boost, and then, you know, try to work my way through as best as possible. If I gotta cross it back over again to get that space back, I will. And then, you know, do whatever, or turn and pass it to a teammate if I know they're behind me or something like that. Communication's key. If you're playing with buddies, buddies should let you know that, you know, I'm in middle. I'm on the opposite side, so you don't need to know where he's at. You just need to pay attention to your third if you're playing with just one buddy. Or if you have full communication, then you should be telling each other. If I'm in midfield, you know, going up, as you can see with ball cam on, there's not much that I can see to my right. I can see anything that's in front of me. I have to pass the ball up in order to get that, you know, look behind me and keep control of it. Now, you can look to the left or right as you're dribbling. Maybe you're taking it to wall, look back, look forward, something like that. Or just take your ball cam off, and as you're pushing, look back ever so slightly. Keep going forward. Go for an air dribble. That was terrible. It hit ceiling. Then from here, instead of shooting it and passing it to them, when the ball's bouncing off corner, instead of shooting it in front of them, taking it out and passing it to where you know that teammate is so they can make a shot. You ever find yourself fucking up and you're in the corner, and the ball's in the corner like that, your first instinct should not be to just flip that shit out like that. You're giving them free ball control and a free snipe on your goal. And if you're like me and have teammates that don't want to really protect goal, it's going to get shot over their head and go in. And you're going to be like, come on, teammate, what the fuck? Why aren't you defending goal? And their teammate's going to retort with, come on, teammate, why are you just passing it in front of them and diming them up like that? Because they're using your momentum that they gave you off of you. Yeah, it's your teammate's fault for not being in goal, but it's your fault for giving them an easy thing. Instead of taking it and shooting it directly in front of them, why not see, you know, before you start all of this craziness, and you have time, see if your teammates are up to support you, and if they're not up to support you, then figure out that, hey, I can't pass that way. Nobody's there to actually get the ball. Take it up the wall, give them time, and see if they can do anything with it. Or you can do, you know, your basic air dribble backwards. If I'm taking it across and I see that my teammates, they're on their way, but they're not up, hit it up, air dribble it, kind of stall it over the other team, wait for them to get back, and then continue your play with the pass. By that time, your teammate's there and faster, because he has momentum, and then can take a shot, or do whatever needs to be done. So that's pseudo situational awareness and pseudo positioning. I'm not going to go into depth about situational awareness, because that is something that you have to learn yourself while playing Rocket League. If you're the bullheaded dude that doesn't look where your teammate's at any point in time, and you're just going down the field, and you're flicking it, and your flicks aren't scoring all the way, and they're saving them, and it ball sits there for like 3 seconds, and nobody shoots it, and they save it, and you're like, teammate, where are you? It's probably because you either cut somebody off in positioning, or it's a breakaway play upfield, and you're too busy being this fast boy boosting towards it, trying to get it set up for a pass that nobody's there for. All the way up to Champ 2-ish, actually all the way to Champ 3, and some GCs, especially beginning level, will just chill in no man's land. They will sit a stupid amount of distance far back, wait for you to put the ball up for a pass, and then they'll boost up and try to score. And they see that, you know, as they were ranking up from Champ all the way to Champ 2 to Champ 3 and all of that, how that shit worked for them. But the thing is, you're not scoring no man's goals off of your speed, off of your skill, off of your timing. Timing is the third thing, by the way. You're not scoring it off of, you know, your skills, your mechanics, your timing, your positioning, anything like that. You are scoring that shit off of everybody else in the lobby. You're relying on everybody else in the lobby to not be able to get to that ball before you are, or to make a mistake if they do, in order to score those. Is why 9 out of 10 of those gets blocked. And everybody's like, oh, so close. And it's like, it's not so close. If you were positioned properly, that's a goal. Almost every time. Unless you have a god tier goalie on the other side. That's a goal, and should be a goal every time. As back when I was talking like this in the last video, you should be scoring these balls, or these goals, as soon as you're able to. As they go past this wall or the other wall or whatever and can be scored, you should be there scoring them. Now, if it's a Bangarooski from one side to the other side, obviously you're going to want to go to the other side and catch the Bangarooski and score it in the opposite corner. But I mean, that works if, you know, they're out of positioning and they're doing what a lot of people do, and they're corner camping, for one, doing this shit. The ball's coming this way, and they're just sitting there with their ball cam on like this. The guy hits it past them, and they're like, oh, and then the other guy scores it. The Bangarooskis, you want to be across goal. Most times out of 9, I'm not going to say 9 out of 10, but most times out of 9, you want to be the opposite. If they're on that side with the ball, you want to be on this side. If they're passing it low, they go from high to low, then you want to be underneath in an area where as soon as it goes across goal, you can finish it. Now, there's nothing wrong with coming around this way, if the guy's corner, you know, hiding and all of that, coming around this way and getting his blind side. Or if your guy's going for a doomsday, just hitting this guy out of the way and letting him get the doomsday on him, if it's just an easy to score shot. Now, what you don't want to do is him to bang it off that wall to get it around that guy, and you to be chilling like this. That's what you not want to happen. But in that case, that's kind of your teammate's problem, because he gave you a very shit pass. Let's be honest, a very shit pass. If you are across goal, your teammate can see you. If he's not going very fast and you see that he's not going to be able to put much up, then you want to be, you know, closer. If I'm going up and, you know, doing things like that to pass that down, obviously you're going to want to be here so you can just jump up and score that. But if their goalie, again, is out of position and he's corner holding and things like that, then you can come over here and get the easy shot as it slows down and goes across goal. Bang. Score. If he's a knowledgeable goalie and he's sitting like this, even if he has, you know, it comes down to situational awareness as well. If he's a smart goalie and he's sitting like that or on the other corner or something like that, watching everything as it unfolds, please stop rolling away. I kind of need you to stay there. Good enough. Like that. All you have to do as a goalie to get situational awareness to see how much time you have to save a ball is do this. Ball cam off. I can now see the rest of the field. If you really want to stay engaged, you can use your stick. I don't recommend using your stick because, well, not all sticks are, you know, built up to snuff. That's all I'm going to say. If you have time and you don't want to turn your ball cam off, I mean, feel free to look to see how much field you have. But it's a lot quicker to just go, how quick that is? Chink, chunk. Stick, you can do that, but you see how trash that is when it turns versus that smoothness. So as that person's even starting to go up the wall, has even started trying to make a play in that corner, check. I got a guy sitting right there on the opposite side, right there, ready. So If this guy passes the ball out, he's probably going to pass to that guy, and I just need to be there to block that. He's the only one that I need to beat. If I can get up to the ball quicker, I can completely destroy him, hop over him, and get ball control again. Worst case scenario, we go for a 50, or I, gets the ball, and we can get that easy clear over them. If the guy is right there in front of you, as everything's happening in your position right, you can see that he's just sitting there chilling. So as the ball goes across, you can just 50 it with him or hit it past him and get an easy goal. You're accurate in your touches, you can hit it around him and get a goal like I generally do. Check past content if you don't believe me. Or, again, you can just go for an easy 50 win and do it that way. Very simple. You do never want to be like this. I still do it, even though I know I shouldn't do it, because I know that the guy's probably going to try to bounce the thing off the wall. Most times you'll see me go to a corner like this if I have a teammate that's literally sitting behind me on the other side of the wall or behind me in goal. I'll kind of cheat up to say, all right, man, I trust you. I'll go for this as it goes by. If I don't get it, pass it to me. Two people are in goal together. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but you need to keep in mind that you need to be quick on the break. As the ball comes across, I need to make sure that I actually fully commit and trust my teammate. I want to go for this as hard as I can, and as I land, I want to get out enough distance to where if that teammate saves it, he can hit the ball to me, then I can turn and redirect that shit in. That's how you make up for that time. I need to get out of his way. If I miss the ball and he hits the ball and it hits my car, or if he has to get an awkward save because there's another guy trying to, over there, and he's trying to beat him and he has to hit it cleanly, there, and I'm just chilling here, or if I jump and do like a lazy, flick and try to hit it, and it hits my car, we're in trouble. As that shit comes through, I need to make a full commit and get out on the field. You ain't gotta go to the boost. You can go to the boost pods. Boost pads, not pods. Those are pods, these are pads. You need to go to the boost pads, so when this guy clears the ball, even if he clears it to the corner and follows it, you can still, one, see what you need to do, whether you need to go for a demo or get ready for a pass if he's being pressured. But you need to see what you need to do. Your ball cam will be, obviously following him into the corner. Please don't do that. There we go. And as he goes up, he might take it off the wall or whatever, but if he does manage to pass it to you, you have to be ready to, score it. For those of you that are bad at redirects but good at dribbling, you can do the same thing. If I have my ball cam on, and fuck, I pressed the wrong button. Yowzers. If I have ball cam on and he passes it to me and I see where it's going, take your ball cam off and then just dribble that motherfucker in. You ain't always gotta jump up and try to make that redirect if you're shit at it. Ball cam off, bang, over in the opposite corner. It's round about the same amount of speed, and it also adds more touches to the ball, which could confuse more people. Again, if I'm across and I see that they're going to pass me the ball cam off, catch it, make a play out of it. And as you get better at these, you'll be able to see the passes coming, turn ball cam off, and then be able to control and do whatever you want to do with them. I played a good 2 years without using ball cam. I was one of those guys. So I would just rely off the thing, and as I seen the shit getting passed towards me, I would literally just look and use my camera and all of that to see what's going on and then send it. Then from there, I thought that, you know, I should probably incorporate ball cam a little bit in, so I at least know when they're shooting it. And then I got used to, you know, toggling in between. It's coming, it bounces, I land, now I have control. And then I can make a play and do whatever I need to do. Ball cam off, it gets passed, I know it's coming, ball cam off. Try and control it, do whatever to get the play. I know it's coming over me, ball cam off, get a nice catch. Hit, terrible shot. And as it happens, ball cam off, then you can get a good redirect. So even if you're good at dribbling and you're just dog shit at making redirects, take more time. If you know you have good situational awareness and the other person, let's say it's a breakaway play, and the only other person that you know is in front of you is the goalie, you look. You can see downfield, see that the people are coming back towards their goal, then stop, look to see where he is, and then make a play off of it to try and get around him or whatever. You can do that. It's not going to be as clean as, you know, somebody that has ball cam that can literally just do that shit and score. It ain't going to be as clean, but I mean, you can still make it as fast. You know what I'm saying? You got this shit on and they pass it to you properly, you can just take your ball cam off, and then from there, bang. Like 1.5 seconds slower. And higher level, if you still continue this and make it that high, then you'll obviously be able to, you'll be faster at everything you do. And that's one thing that I'm guilty about, is not taking off my ball cam. Nowadays, I leave it on. I leave it on when I dribble. When I get to the wall, I'll take it up, and then I'll try to hit some shit, you know, like that, with ball cam all on. Look how sloppy this is in replay. I didn't even show the whole thing. But during the dribble aspect and all of that, when I'm taking it towards the wall, instead of getting this weird ass, you know, like art dribble going around, losing the majority of my speed, and then happen to touch the ball, you know, weirdly like that, if I just took off my ball cam, look how smooth that is. Then as I go up, boom, make whatever touches I need to touch, and then put it in. Smooth. Bang, bang, bang. Smooth. Basic air dribble. I don't take my ball cam off nearly enough. But that's all for situational awareness. Positioning. Positioning is simple. Learn the positioning, hold the positioning. Don't ever abandon the positioning. Your rotation's fun. Most people know your basic diamond rotation. But if you're going to rotate back to goal, you don't want to be this guy that rotates in, power slides, loses all of his momentum, and then gets scored on because of it. Instead of doing that, position yourself. Position yourself, so as the ball gets sent to you, you can do whatever you need to do in whatever situation. There's a situation where I should have taken off my ball cam when I jumped so I could see if anybody was approaching. Here, as I'm air dribbling, if I take my ball cam off, I can get a cleaner angle, and sometimes with ball cam on. But as you're rotating back, don't do this shit then say, oh shit, I got scored on. Or don't do this shit where you go in, you turn, and then you try to save the ball. Don't do that shit. As you're coming back and getting boost, stop right here. If you're kind of fucky-wucky trying to get back quickly and all of that, hit your boost pads and all of that. And then, you know, hold a position that's far enough, you know, out to where you can save the ball. Or if you're just an absolute failure, you can come in, break a little bit, and then come out and do whatever you need to do. You got your squishy saves you see people do where they go up and, you know, they try to get the touches and all of that. Squishy save, the thing about it is if you can't read double touches and off the wall hits, the squishy save's not going to work for you. If I pass the ball to myself and I try to do some crazy shit and it goes under me, it's pointless. Absolutely, positively pointless. So if I'm like this, and the ball gets passed and I take my time, pointless. Why? Because I don't have control of the squishy save. The squishy save is good, but it's a last-ditch effort, and you need to be able to have control of your squishy save. You should be able to put it in whatever direction that you're trying to. You can't just go out the end and then flip and hope that you get that shit. That's not how that works. Hell, there's multiple variants of the squishy save. Most people flip and then continue on. You can actually go up and you can backflip and land without any type of momentum. So if the ball's coming towards you, you can also do it like this too to get full momentum. But if you're going in for a squishy save and you see that the opponents and all of that are, you know, up your ass, you can backflip. Gives you a nice little touch with the ass end of your car. And whether or not you flip cancel it, if you don't flip cancel it, you can land forward. If you flip cancel it, you can land backwards. Like that. And that's all you gotta do. Bam. And I can turn myself around even if I do flip cancel it, or I can just let shit happen and get that extra speed. There's multiple different variants. As you're going up from the ceiling, if you're full boosting off of the ceiling, like so, you don't have control of your car. You see that? If I turn any partially, I'm just gonna skirt off that shit. Or if I try to jump before I get to the end, I only have one angle that I can go with. If you're doing a full speed squishy save, you're probably gonna miss the ball. You should never be super full speed unless you can read what's going on. Partial speed, go for a touch, and then bang. Again, people only think about, I need to save the ball. They're not thinking about what happens afterwards. If I jump up like this, and I bang the ball out into the midfield or something like that, and there's an opponent sitting there, I have successfully failed on making the worst touch imaginable. If I'm sitting in goal, like a lump, waiting on the ball to come to me, and then I pop the ball up, and there's a guy sitting there, why touch the ball at all at that point? Why pop it up at that point? You're better off just trying to dribble it and letting him 50 it off of you at that point. You're not doing anything. Positioning wise, it also sort of goes through your rotation. If you're sitting in goal at the start and you want to go for a boost, you should grab boost, turn around back towards goal, and then defend your goal. If the ball is coming back towards you, which I mean at kickoff, I don't know, I can't say that. I was gonna say I don't know a lot of people that won't check ball cam, but there are a lot of people that just do this shit. Then they check ball cam and the ball's already headed into their damn goal. It's not that hard on kickoff to just go this way. You can even take your shit off and see if you need to go forward, if it's going up the sidewall. Or, you know, go, check, turn back, and then go for a simple save. Elect to just sit and goal. You spawn in with like, what, 32 boosts, 35? I think it's 32 or some shit. That is 3 times the amount, damn near, that I'd need to save any given shot. So if they fuck up and the ball gets sent towards me, I can just deflect it, and then get boost, and then continue on my way, doing whatever I need to do. It's just that simple. I don't recommend doing how I do. It's always better to get boost. But if you're going to get boost appropriately, turn back, and then go to goal. Same with the other side. Turn back, and cover goal. You see how fast I got that? You just... and with the flip, if you turn out, you're fucked. Because now you have to turn back in. So even if you're going to go from kickoff, even in kickoff, if you start like that, turn back, and then boost. So I'm saying you have 0 boost from kickoff. Even from far back here. If you flip and know your flips, turn back and then boost. It still don't take as long as somebody that has unlimited boost and does this shit. Look at this shit. Slow as hell. Hell, I could probably go all the way across, grab that shit, and then boost back. Again, checkpoints. You're going to want to see what's happening. So at the beginning, as you go for boost, eyes up, maybe cut to get boost, and turn back so you know what's going on. At no point in time while I was doing that did I grab boost, go up the wall, and then boost like this. That's the second mistake people make, is they grab boost, they want to keep their supersonic, so they go up the wall, and then give themselves a dumbass save. That's what your power slide's there for. That's what your brake's there for. Boom, power slide, boost, you're back. It's that quick. Incorporate that. I'm going across too, mind you. Generally, you'll start like here, and all you need to do is just turn in and go back. Some people I've noticed don't even flip off kickoff. They literally just go. And then they grab it, and then they go that way. It's not very wise. I mean, I guess it's better than the people who front flip and then do this shit. If you want to flip, you should either be side flipping to get to where you're going out, or cross flipping so when you land, your car lands already back to where it needs to be. I think kickoff's like, what, around here or some shit? Because you'll have one in the middle, if you're the middle guy, and then you'll have like one somewhere over here, some crazy shit. Use a little bit of boost to get momentum. You can even flip farther out, turn in, and use your boost and still get back faster than a dumbass who does this shit, turns out and turns back in. The moment you make the mistake to turn out, you can no longer save that goal. Unless it is the slowest goal in the world. So if you come whatever way and you find yourself turning out towards field, you should be waiting on whoever else, which would be the other guy, or the goalie that stays behind to pass you ball. You are now in a position to receive a pass. Do not fuck up your positioning by going back to goal like this. The goalie saves it over to the corner, and then you have to turn around and follow the ball again. Hold your positioning. If you fuck up, hold your positioning forward. Let them, the ball's rolling in like that. If I'm the guy that rotates properly and passes the ball to you, and you're the guy waiting over here on this side, you can just go up and continue the ball. Bang. That's a good breakaway, beginning goal. Or if it's me, and the ball's rolling towards me, and I see that you're over there, I can just give you a nice grounder, and you can literally just come in and get control. That's not control, friend. That's not control. Obviously, you would be faster, but make it just a little bit slower so I can actually have time to get to the other side. You now have full ball control, and you can do whatever you want with this ball. Whatever you want. I just unlocked that for you because I didn't bang it over to the corner or something. I gave you a great pass, you do what you do, and all that. It's different if I have to come from this side and pass the ball over. I'm just going to be worried about saving the ball and putting it somewhere in front of you. If you're over here waiting, and as the ball's going across, you're there following it, you can get ball control if nobody's there challenging it. But it's going to be a lot more difficult. And as I said, now if both of these guys turn out toward field and everything like that, and your kickoff guy loses the ball and the ball rolls in and scores, then that's on both of you. Don't blame your guy for having a shitty ass kickoff when you should turn back towards goal and defended it. That's on you. Everybody makes kickoff mistakes, even I do. Occasionally. Basic positioning wise, again, 1. I can get it. 2. 3. 4. That's your 4 goalie defensive positions. If you're in goalie and you're not in one of those 4 positions, you're in trouble. I'm not saying you're not going to save the ball, but you're in trouble. If you're sitting deep center goal, you are in huge trouble. This is the hardest position to defend your goal from, because your vector of saves is very small. You can go forward, even if you're trying to get fast, you cannot save anywhere from here up to here, no matter how fast you are. If anybody puts it top right corner and top left corner, you're getting scored on if you're sitting deep center goal. It's not possible to save it. So if you see anybody that's sitting, hell, even forward center goal, sitting directly center goal, put it in top left corner or top right corner. They can't save it. Somebody's chilling in mid goal. They're either super experienced as a goalie or they have defenders on their left and right, and they're just trying to pick up whatever their defenders on the left and right can't pick up. You know you got defenders all, on that side covering your top right and bottom right and top left or bottom left or whichever one. Even if you have one defender, let's say you got a defender over there. On this side, you have a defender. Then the only thing that you need to worry about is defending this particular side over here. You'll have to trust him to defend that side. So if you see him over there, then all you have to do is update your positioning to cover that. Or if he's outside, you might want to slide your ass outside so you can get a better clear as it's going in. Just keep in mind, if you're here, you can save something going into that corner, but you're going to have to be smart as hell about it. If I'm chilling like this and they put it in top left corner, you're going to have to boost jump your ass to save that. It's savable. It's going to be hard as shit. Now, if you're like this, you're kind of fucked, because I don't know if you can even get to that unless you do some fucking improvising shit, They hit it, and you go up the fucking wall and flip backwards or some crazy shit. So again, know your vectors and your angles at what you can cover, and then watch their ball, or watch their car and their ball control. If they have the ball on top of their hood, and you have defenders out the wazoo, well, I guess that depends on what rank you are. Higher levels like to fake the ball and not flick it. Lower levels generally flick the ball every time. So I guess that depends on ranking. Low level tactics, they're gonna flick the ball more than not. It's gonna happen. High level, they'll probably fake the ball more times than actually flicking it. Higher level hates losing that ball control. They really do. So you got to keep in mind, this is just the position that you should play, is being a little bit back to where you can actually go and, you know, do things. But this only works on select few situations. Being on the outside and having more room and more space to be able to cover this entire angle in front of me is a lot more beneficial than being cramped inside of the goal and only having this super small vector to be able to clear said ball. I wish I kind of had an editor. Somebody could go through and just edit this shit down to like 5 minutes. Cut out all the fucking gobbledygook. I sure as fuck ain't doing it. But that's defensive goalie rotations, goalie positions. If you position yourself properly, you will have the maximum amount of chances and maximum amount of angle to save the ball. If you look at their car and see what they can do with their car in the position that they're in, you can increase your odds even further. When you're out in the field, your positions are basically limitless. It really is. Limitless when you come out in the field. If your goalie's there, I mean, you could be right here to pick the ball up early and take it in. You can be here. You can be up on the wall for a banger of a clear, so you can just instantly redirect it. You can be waiting here on the boost pad for a pass over. You can be anywhere from there all the way over to here. You can be midfield. Like, you can be anywhere in the field position-wise. But your position should be constantly updating depending on your positions and your teammates' positions. This is where the situational awareness comes in. If you don't have situational awareness, your positioning's not going to be as strong as it could be. Now, second man positioning. Second man positioning. Let's say they're passing from the left. You got two positions. Over here. And you got the position from over here. A lot of people love to sit in this middle position. But it comes the same as with defending the goal. If you're trying to score in a middle position on a particular goal, it's the same as with defending the ball. It's the same as with scoring. As you're going for that ball, you're going to be faster and able to hit specific angles. And there's going to be angles that you just aren't going to be able to hit accurately. If you're right here and your guy is fast and he pushes that ball across quick as fuck, even if you got, you know, speed on dayz, you might be able to get to the bottom, but what if it goes up top? Only thing you can do is get as close as possible and try to boost jump that. You're not fast enough to hit anything like that. Or if he gives you a slow hit down, you're farther than the guy that's defending. So by the time you try to go and do anything, the ball's already over you and gone. Don't sit in the middle and don't sit in no man's land. If you're in no man's land, you might as well just head backwards. As second man, you should either be on this side or you should be on that side. It's the same as with if you're defending his goal. Be here, or you should be here, or some variant of it. You can go inside on some cases, because it's better angling and easier to hit some on those, but you should never be midline, because you're cutting off so much angle. Passing, you just have to have situational awareness. You can put your pass anywhere, but if they can't get to it, then that's the end of that. If you're going up the wall, again, it's a breakaway play and all of that, and you're about to go up the wall and you're pushing it. Check back, my teammate's in no man's land. I see my teammate in no man's land. I'm going to try and go for a shot, or I'm going to try and go for a pass hard off wall so the guy in no man's land basically just forced to go to it. I might even come out and hit the ball out like that, so the guy in no man's land has a better choice, as opposed to trying to score it myself. Me personally, I would recommend you doing some, it's called like a doomsy dish shot. Learning how to do doomsies. That's where you pop the ball off the wall, point, jump, and then shoot that shit and score it yourself. So basically, learn how to score your own shots. If you got people that like this in a no man's land, you better be very, very consistent on scoring your own shots. Because if you go for those doomsies, even if you miss, it's going to be awkward on the guy in goal, making him jump for that, most cases than not. And then your other man that's in no man's land, by the time he gets there, it'll be decent timing for him to pick up the rebound. And I'm telling you, don't break your own neck trying to pass out to somebody who's sitting just middle of field. The only way you could really get a good pass is if you give up all of that you're getting and do some shit like that. Most times they jump because they have no momentum because they're chilling there. It goes over their head, and then they're backwards like this trying to turn the ball around, and they're panicking and shit, and they do some dumb touch like this and the other team scores on them. Or it goes over their head and the other team's like, oh, free goal. And it's gone. That's the basic of positionings. Goalie, outside post, do not pass the post and then do some dumb shit like this. Just stop at whatever first post you're at and then hold up a position. As you post up, if you have any additional time, try and see where your backup is. If both of your teammates are still on the other side of field and you're over here sitting on post, you done fucked up. You done fucked up massively. They were probably in an offensive play, and you came all the way back to goal, which is going to put you in a 1v3 situation. If they don't just demo you or flick it top right corner, which is where you are vulnerable at, or they goat you out to going that way and then put the ball behind you because you panic and go early. Which I'll get into early jumping and all that when I talk about timing. You should not be, again, like I said at the beginning, all the way fully rotated in the goal. If you are all the way in goal, you are wrong. Especially when the ball is still on their side. If you're defending and all of that, that's something else. But you should definitely be doing some form of shadowing instead of going all the way back. And it kills me when it's an offensive play, the ball sits there for about 3 seconds, and I look to see where other teammate is, and they're doing this shit. The ball gets hit to them, pass to another person, they do some dumb jump, and then bam, it goes right in. All because you gave those guys in the other team an entire field of space to score on you. They didn't have to think about things quickly. They didn't have to feel pressured or anything like that. Why? As long as you stay within a proper shadowing distance, as long as they don't, demo you or do something crazy, you should have no problem with it, You lose ball. If you're shadowing, you gave up that much distance, and then you can go back and do whatever you need to do to challenge back. If you lose control of the ball and you go all the way back downfield, even if they throw the shit away to you and you manage to get a touch, guess what? You're all the way back at your net. At your net. You gave them that full field of control, uncontested, and you're sitting at your net waiting to get scored on in the 1v3 or 1v2 situations. Generally, it'll be 1v2 because one of your teammates will demo one of the other guys on their way back, but the other teammate's generally worried about getting boosts because he's close and trying to get back to you to help you. So it'll generally be 1v2, but that's all you need. If you're back by yourself, they know as long as they get the ball past you, They have an open net opportunity. That's why 1v2 is hard. It doesn't matter if I'm there or whether or not I save the ball or not. Let's say their person is chilling right here on the right side. It'd be right if I'm turned around, right side of that goal. I don't need to dribble in and put it in top left corner. Only thing I need to do is just make him do something crazy. If I put it behind him and make it awkward for him, and he decides to challenge or move and do something, I can then hit that out to my teammate, who then takes the shot and puts it in front of him. Or I drop the ball like that and I go for a demo and then I jump in front of him and all of that. If I get that bump or something like that, or stop him from getting that, there's nothing he can do. It's like, if you can't drop the ball over on the left side or top left corner or anything like that, there's tactics you can do. You can just hold the ball and generally go down like this and let your teammate go in and get the demo, and then just drive the ball in. Just slow the ball down enough for your teammate to pass you. One thing that Shadow and Anon used to do, that they got me with one day, is they would have the other guy go for a demo and get in between the defender on the other team and the ball, and then they would pass it to the other guy and the other guy would just score it. And there's nothing that they could do, because if they challenged early, they'd get bumped. And if they didn't challenge, the ball would land right in front of them and the other person would put it in the opposite corner. Nothing that they could do. Well, there is something you can do, and I learned how to get past that eventually, but the first couple of times they got me with it, I was like, damn. Maybe I shouldn't be chilling in goal. This is way back when I was like a platinum in Rocket League, mind you. That shit don't work anymore. Positioning. The last thing I would like to talk about is the thing that, I still have problems with it even to this day. I will jump for some shit that I shouldn't jump for. It's timing. Timing. You need to know when to go for a particular ball. Most people are like, as long as you can jump up and touch the ball, they ain't gonna say shit to you, even if you're throwing it away. As long as you're not cutting teammates and ball chasing, they won't say anything to you, because they do the same shit. If I hit this ball out, and I immediately jump for it, versus I hit the ball out and I wait to try to get more ball control, etc., etc. Now, for example, if the ball is up in the air right here, and this is what I mean by timing. If I jump from all the way half court and try to get a touch on that, your timing's all kinds of fucked up. Why jump that early? Especially if nobody's there. If I wait till I'm a little bit closer and I jump like here and I go for it, you see how much hang time there is in between that? That's ridiculous. You shouldn't be jumping early. By timing, I mean you should get damn near as close as possible that you can get, and then touch the ball up. Obviously it was on his down bounce, but you know what I mean. And be able to touch the ball up. Like, if the ball is that high, like that, the only thing I need to do is get as close as possible as I can to it, and then touch the ball over, and then air dribble it, do whatever, or get back to it, or let a teammate get it. That's all you need to do in any given situation. Why would I ever... Actually, I can show you this even better. If I turn unlimited boost off, why would I ever hit the ball up into the air and then jump for this? By the time I got to the ball, it had 56 boost left. Let me get back to 100. Versus jumping about midway to the ball, 73 boost left. So even if I would have touched the ball before, I had 56 boost on the first touch to get the ball all the way downfield and do whatever I needed to do. Terrible. 73 boost, not bad, but all of that, if I just wait to get as close as I want, and then follow it and do everything like that, I have nearly 100 boost. The only boost that I'm wasting is enough to get the touch, and I didn't even touch that shit right. I should still have like 92 boosts. It literally only takes this much. 4 boosts to get that touch over. Unless you're a boost jumper, then it's gonna take a little bit more. And if you catch it, and your timing's right on the bounce, you won't have to use any boost at all. You just jump. And then you have 100 boost in a fucking dream to do whatever the fuck you need to do. Just depends on what kind of air dribble and everything like that. Like air dribbles, that's another thing. Depending on what you're going for, there's different timings. I'm going for like a quick air dribble. As soon as I touch it, I want to be off the wall and holding boost to get that touch. If I want to make it quick. If I want to go for a flippery set or something, an actual controlled air dribble, you want to hit the ball, break, then jump to it. To give you the maximum amount of time to get to the ball. If you want to go for a ceiling shot or something like that, you want to either jump to the wall or you want to boost past and go there. It's all different. Obviously, I wasn't trying to shoot or score any of those, so they look like shit, but I was just trying to show you the difference of them. I don't ever play free play without boost. It took me forever to convince Macho to start using boost in free play. He's like, oh, boost management and all of this other stuff. And I'm like, yeah, boost management is good. However, if you can't score any of the shots you're going for, you know, because you don't have the unlimited boost and the boost to do whatever you need to do, and you're too busy, you know, saving boosts for specific situations, you're never going to learn. You should take a little bit of time, though, to know, you know, boost management in free play. It's good. Like if I am wanting to dribble, for example, knowing how much boost it takes, you know, to hold the ball like this, or, you know, to add a little bit of boost here or there to get under it, to set up for a flick. Or if you want to go from that to like a fast ground boost, or boost ground dribble, or anything like that, it's nice to know that. However, you learn that naturally playing Rocket League. If you have played as much time as Macho had played in that time, and you still haven't gotten your boost management down, what the fuck are you doing? It's basically my argument was to him. You should know how much boost it takes to do anything. I can make a base shot like that and know that I still had plenty of boost left over to get back and defend my goal if need be. Timing, feathering boost. If you're in the air and you want to keep speed and you don't know what to do, just feather your boost. You see this? That's all I did. It's feather boost. Some people go extremely faster by just feathering boost. It keeps you moving forward, or it keeps you moving at the same speed, depending on what you're trying to do. You jump and you just feather it, and force yourself to feather it. You can get a lot more touches on your air dribbles and things like that than just jumping up, trying to find that angle, and then doing some shit like this and boosting into it. I didn't use all of my boost, I only got 2 touches. I guess I can show that too. Shit reset. So we'll go for a full boosty. Pop up. Full boost into it, waste all the boost to get into a position, try to get a double touch, try to use the rest of the boost. I'd have scored that, but I wanted enough boost to get back. That was the whole purpose of showing that. I could have boost dumped and scored it, but then I would have 0 boost afterwards, and if it was blocked by another team, I would have had 0 boost to get back. Now versus just going up, touching it, and then tapping boost. Might not have scored it, but I have 58 boost, which I wasn't trying to score it. I had 58 boost. Get back after I did that. I even had 58 boost to challenge again if I wanted to. So I'm just packing boost. I don't even have to go to a boost pod. Just take a little tappy tap tap here. And that's still 30 boost. Like, see how much boost I had left afterwards? That was a good couple of seconds of boost. I had around about that much boost left over. Crazy. You build that with like a wave dash. Multiple forms of wave dashes. I still prefer my general wave dash flip. It's actually a horse dash is what it is. You really want to know what my wave dash flip that I do. I horse dash. And if you horse dash properly, I can't do it sitting still. You horse dash properly, your car will naturally dig into the ground and it'll flip your car around. So when I do that, like that and then flip, notice that half the time my car wheels actually aren't even staying on the ground, but it's faster because that is a wave dash like so. But I'm wave dashing and then cross flipping out of it for a faster wave dash. Most people do it like that and they're downfield. But if you do it like this, you don't need a lot of boost to actually get that done. Bam bam, and you're supersonic. Plus you get the momentum of going whatever direction you want to go. That is a wave dash that I've used for a long time before I even knew what wave dashes were. I would just flip into it and do that. Not a wave. It's, well, I mean, it is a wave dash, but it's not. Because it's actually, you're rolling into the ground and then flipping again with the, so you're flipping and then flipping again. If you do it perfectly, your car should actually not even stop rotating, basically. Bam, bam. And it's just like a full rotation. Bam, bam. And if you do it right, you won't get that bouncing effect that I'm getting. And you'll be able to go supersonic off of it. Like that. There you go. There was no bounce. Whoops. But no bounce at all. I was just there and I was gliding. I used to have a flip cancel variant, but I haven't done that shit in fucking forever. See if I can still do the flip cancel variant. There we go. Something like that, where it flips, and then it cancels. You cancel that, and then flip the other direction. I haven't used that one in a long time. Like that. But better. So you get the wave dash, and then you flip in the opposite direction. If you do it right, you'll stay in supersonic and your line will stay basically completely straight and you'll have an insurmountable amount of speed. I ain't done it in a while, so I'd have to practice it to get a perfect one for you. I just stick to the more simpler. Because wherever you're pointing at, that's where you're going. You will be a little bit offset, but that's good for, you know, if you're dribbling the ball, you can get around it. And then challenge it from another side, which I do use it to get around the ball. That's what it was designed for, is for me to flip around the ball and be able to get to it on another side. I seen Mertzy do his little thing where he flips past the ball and catches it and continues to dribble it. And I tried to learn it. And tried and tried and tried. And couldn't really do it properly. So I learned that to be able to just get that speed and continue along with the ball. And that's how that came to be. So if I'm going and I didn't mean to actually hit that wave dash that perfect. So if I'm going and I hit the ball away from myself and I jump, I can fake flip to the other side, and then immediately hit it to the side wall or something to basically turn it around. It helps if you throw the ball away a lot. So let's say somebody's sitting in midfield and you just saved the ball. You can go in, hit it past them, give it a flip to the side, and then from there, use whatever skills you have to get the ball in the goal. And you can get whatever angle you want. If you use the other version, you can hit it to the side. You can do it left variant of it, which I'm very bad at because I rarely wave dash left. So even when I'm going left, I just wave dash to the right and then turn left using the other variant because it gives you the versatility. And yeah, if I want to go to the ball and fake it, you can use that to fake around and kick off and get a demo on the other team or something like that. There's all kinds of shit you can do. But without further ado, now that I'm actually cooled down and probably gonna play like ass, I'm gonna play like a game. If it's a good game, I might play 2. If it's a bad game, just leave it at the 1 stanky game and call it a day. Like I said, I kinda wish I had an editor, because I would just have them edit that down to like 15 minutes worth of the important shit. Put markings and shit down to show what the fuck I'm talking about. And, it'd be an aight video. Skirt. I know my teammate's back, so I don't need to challenge that. The only thing I need to do is watch what's happening next. He's gonna hit, well, wasn't expecting a double, but that's alright. And you see how when I let my teammates get the ball, I get the hell out of the way. I don't take my time doing all of that shit, staying in goal. He has that. I'm gonna back off. I don't dilly-dally in goal and make it to where our shots can collide. I get the hell out of the way. Don't sit in goal doing all of these cheeky little small moves. If you're not going for the ball, get as far away from it so your teammate knows that he's up. We'll do something small like that. That's a very slow variant of it, but I figured I'd show you just how much time you have to actually get back without doing any flips or anything. How much faster it still is than turning out. Pop this off wall, dodge the demo, beat him. I knew he was going to steal the boost and try to demo me at the same time, so I pulled him behind me so I wouldn't have to deal with him in the future. He's pre-jumping. Remember what I just said about wasting boost? Now he's way up above us and there's nothing he can do. Fake that. Now we go in. Ooh, good win. He's a speedy boy. Stayed up. Take my time, get a nice touch. Brother, why are you there? Remember what I said about the different 9 quadrants in the field? He should not have been there. He should have been up, covering the other side like I stated earlier. So when it was going into that corner, he could just score it, instead of trying to pinch the ball off of me, whatever the fuck he was trying to do. Fake this, I'm getting beat. Teammates in corner. I'm going to come back this post rotation because the ball's going down that way and teammates in front of me. You got to adapt your positioning. It might not be opposite post sometimes, but a teammate's already there. Close teammate. Fake it, make him throw it. Take this. Fake it again. I got control now. Maybe put it past him to the left or right so teammate can get it. Now, we're all up right now. This is a bad situation. I'm going to head back because he went for the wrong boost. If he would have went middle boost back, I could have supported that play. But since he decided to stay up on that side, I had to go back and cover goal. Because if he would have gotten beat, the ball would have been sent to our side. He didn't turn back towards goal. But he luckily got there because that guy decided he wanted to showboat instead of score. Trying to get the musty flicks and all of that. Let him hit it. It ain't going nowhere. Teammate shouldn't have cut that. You just seen that the guy patched you up and went to the left side. Why would you hit it to the left side? Let him make the shot. I'm going to sit back here, pick it up as it passes, let him hit it back. Don't need to be there. I'm going to cover this side. There we go. Come in, turn to the opposite side, cover that. They're going to go up and make a play. Ball goes left, it's my turn to challenge. All I need to do is just touch the ball. Doesn't matter where the challenge goes. Just touch the ball. Put it hot. This guy, stop! Let me put it high over him and just score it, motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Told you, every time I fucking start recording, somebody fucking loses their fucking mind. Damn. Nice shot, but that was a breakaway. He knew it was a breakaway and he went for an individual play. Teammates should not be there challenging that. Nice touch. I'm leaving now. I see teammates back, so I'm going to go opposite side, so when he clears it, I can be ready for it. He didn't clear it, so I'm just going to sit opposite side. Trust teammate going up. We're going to switch sides and update our positioning. Notice how he kept going forward? That's good. If I would have sent that to him, that would have been good. But my other teammate's not in proper positioning, so I had to go to the other side instead of pushing that play. Pop that off the wall, go for a second touch, he got it, that's fine, he can't do anything. I'm going to go opposite post rotation, cover, let them go, move up. We're in an offensive play, I need to be up here so they don't get a full field of control. Pop that over, teammates over there, should have stayed over there. I'm going to actually cut through here. Fake that, teammate has boost, I just need to stop this, he'll pick it up behind me, beautiful. Because I saved him that boost, we ended up getting out of that. If I'd have stole his boost, we would have got scored on. This guy's turning. I'm going to actually pull back, because that's just an individual play. The other guy's on the other side. If I know I can't make it to my position in time, then I don't go for it. It's the side, he should pop it off wall. He tried, that's fine. I'm going to go back behind this guy. Pop that backwards. He should pop it left. God damn, he popped it left, alright. Jesus Christ. Get behind him. Fuck it, they don't get a free one. GG. That's a win. I didn't do much, but I still got second place worth of points, so. Just having that situational awareness and staying back when I needed to stay back and moving up when I needed to move up. That's it. You want to be a good Rocket League player? Get rid of the notion of having fun. Actual good Rocket League play is not fun. It's all scripted, all positions, all everything. There's nothing fun about high-level Rocket League. And if you can't play to the script and all of that, you're not going to become a high-level Rocket League player. Sorry to tell you. There is no having fun and making it up to there. Once you make it there, you can have fun and do whatever the hell you want to do. Because you've learned the play styles and all of that, and you know, you get up to snuff and you start adapting to that. But until you make it there, you got to just keep pushing. Keep playing everything properly like you should play it. And yeah, you're going to fall into teams to where regular tactics don't work, and that's when your adaptability gets called into question. He didn't challenge it. That lag destroyed my shot, but didn't seem to matter. Okay. Nice little touch over. He got a dumb save. His teammate panicked. Instead of just letting him follow it or going around him and taking it, he booped him out of the way. He fucked up his kickoff. I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to get behind this guy and go back to goal because my other teammate should be up. He challenged early, which is great. He's now first man. I'm second man. I'm going to pop it. Well, I'm not going to pop shit. Push this down so he can't shoot it. He should have let the goalie take that. That's a dumb pinch, and that's just ball control going. I appreciate your challenge, because now I have to challenge. Another teammate who had always caused all of this now has to make a shitty save by himself. This is what happens when you cut rotation. Everybody else has to cover for it. Oh, that's him. That's what you cause. By cutting one person, you fuck up the rotation for quite some time. And then people complain about why nobody was there to cover them and shit like that. It's like, you're the one that caused that. We could have lost the goal there. It'd have been that guy's fault. That's fun. I wasn't really expecting him to touch it, but other teammate was on the other side, so I'm not going to push up. I need to challenge this as early as possible. Teammate might touch that. He did. I'm going to fake this. Pop this out. Hopefully teammate pushes for it, because I can get another touch. There it is. That's what we asked for, is coverage. I see that you're there and you can get there. I will stall the ball as long as I need to, but I need you to come up like that guy did. That's a pass to him. He should pass it back to me, and I might. Nope, that's a good clear. I'm gonna go back. He's got a good touch here. Teammate was in a terrible position, so I need to pass him up in rotation and see if I can do anything, honestly. Go for it. I trust you. You see how he drove in front of me to let me know that he was taking the ball instead of jumping up to it? That's all you gotta do. You ain't gotta say I got it. You just gotta make yourself known. He showed me that he was taking it and I backed off. If I didn't back off, he was gonna let me take it. I'm gonna hit this to the side. Teammate will jump for that. I'll need to get the pair to cover him. And this might, well, could have been a goal. I'm bad though. I'm gonna head back early just in case he gets beat. Both of them are up. I can't challenge this early. I can make him throw it. Now teammate's behind me. I can go. Well, he's not behind me, but he's heading back, and he can save it if it goes behind me. I combine two sentences together. He's missing. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, he went for a boost. And I fucked up my touch, and it almost worked. Make him throw it. Beautiful. He cut. Well, I cut, but you know what I mean. I cut. He went for it. I'm just going to go back and cover goal. What a fucking cad. What a save. He's on our side, so I know I'm in front of him as long as I get there before he gets there. That's an easy challenge attempt. He got demoed. I should be pushing that, but teammates got it. We're three up, and that guy got demoed. I should have turned around and went for that. So that's on me. We still got the goal, but that's a mistake that's on me. There's your scoreboard. Push that through. I'm faster. I'm not going to hit this back because teammate's there. I looked at goal. I seen that he wasn't in goal or cross, so he had to be under me. Just used the power of deductive reasoning. As I was going back, I was checking cross field. Didn't see my other teammate. Looked at goal when I went up. Didn't see him near goal, so I was like, alright, he's there. Even if he wasn't there, I would have just easily have picked it up. I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna miss this. That should have been a goal. My fault. Nice shot. That should have been scored by me, but talking and trying to play. I mean, it's not that bad, but it does take a little bit more brain power than it should. I'm just gonna throw it out that. It's a good flick. I'm gonna try to get annoying with him because I know he's not going for goal. And as long as I interrupt him, and you see that coverage that teammate gave me, I'm gonna throw this away because both of them are heading down that way. Yep. Grab this, pop this out. 50 pass. We're both in the same position, so now we're both gonna have to run back. Should be going opposite post. He did go opposite post. He fucked up his wave dash though, which is kind of funny. But you see that? How we both got out of our teammate's way that had the line? He was looking at us and seeing that we were both heading back after a double commit, and when we rotated around him, he took the shot instead of trying to do anything fancy with it. That's situational awareness right there. Bang. Gotta get one. He went for a speed flip and fucked it up. Heck yeah. Savage. You gonna call it? Ah, that was a beautiful shot. But there goes to show you that they're not bad on the other team. It's just their positionings and shit like that. Despite being on the same team, they're not working as a team. So are we holding the Brazil? Gonna try to go over me. I hate flat cars when it comes to this, but you can easily jump up and catch him at the end if you shadow properly. I guess we're trying to hold the Brazil. Because generally he'd have ticked that up the wall and then went over him. So yeah, we're trying to hold the Brazil. So I'm not going to do anything challenge-wise to actually try and grab a goal. We're going to play this safe. He almost got it. GG. There you go. Not a large amount of points, but I did contribute into the game. Is my contribution worth anything in this case? No, because it was a Brazil. But there you go. That's a pseudo high-level lobby. I ain't saying it's upper, GC or anything like that, but that's scraping GC and Camp 3 and GC. A mix match. Poshmosh of ranks and all of that. And that's kind of the three things that you really need to be able to successfully secure a role in higher rank slash, GC1. You need to know the timing. You can be fast as fuck, boy. But if you're wasting all your boost for the simplest of touches that you could have just run closer to and then popped it and then followed it better, which is another reason why GC1s are kind of the scorn of everything right now. GC1, quick boy. I can hit the ball all the way across and then get the ball again and get the ball again and get the ball again when you could have just taken the time. Supersonic to the ball, got a tap, and then got a basic double touch. If you're missing double touches and having time setting them up and all of that, your setup and your timing, one of the two, is probably fucked. And probably needs to be changed. Instead of doing the double touch training packs and things like that, like that one and the double tap playground, you need to set up your own training pack to where the ball is just either hovering or it's moving in a specific way to where you can just hop up and get your setup straight. Don't worry about shooting, the angles and all of that. Just get your setup straight. If you hit a perfect double touch setup, the only thing you need to control afterwards is just your car's speed. And if you get it like 100% perfect, you ain't even got to worry about your car's speed because your car will just literally float into the ball and score the double. Especially if you're an aero rider. If you hit the ball in the correct spot while aero riding and then you boost with it, your car will naturally go to where the ball's bouncing off the wall and score the goal for you every time. And a lot of people get confused and over, they're like, oh man, he hit this amazing ass double touch. It was fucking amazing. Like all he did, brother, was hit the ball in a specific spot and hold aero right and then aerial straight ahead to where his car's taking him. And as it bounced off the wall, it hit off his car and went in. He made no adjustments, really. because he got that perfect launch. Double touches ain't that hard. If you get the launch proper, you should be able to score the double touch because it's literally just the same as just adding a little extra boost, maybe a tip tap here or there, and then boom, it bounces off your car and goes in. Obviously, you'll get better, stronger shots if you push into it, not boop it off the front of your car or try to do anything crazy like I do. I have a bad habit of wanting to flip reset the ball in instead of just shooting it normally. I love to hit it off the wall and then flip reset it. And then try to flip reset, score it off with a double touch because, well, double touches are boring nowadays. So I try to do it, some fancy shit. But yeah, instead of going in and getting training packs like that and self set up backboard shots, make your own where the ball's either frozen or the ball's moving slower and then slowly faster and faster and faster, and learn the touches that you need in the different situations. Once you get your touches set and your setup set, scoring the double touch is easy. You literally just keep the speed at which you touch the ball. You just maintain that speed, and then the ball comes back to you and goes in. There are featured ones that you could probably try. Things like that. I might pop that one. Why not? See what happens. Save it and score. Ooh. The ultimate backwards defense. Why not? That's something I'll probably post for Macho. He's been getting them pretty good. I shouldn't be picking fun of him, but still. I might post that for Macho. Just for old time's sakes. But I mean, the problem that Macho particularly had when it comes to backward saves and all of that came from the lack of positioning and the lack of shadowing and all of that. It was one of the things. Back in the day, he's a lot better now. Don't misconstrue me or anything like that. He is a lot better now. Way, way, way better than he was back in the past. As am I. Arguable. But the one thing that he had and a lot of other people had is they like to sit in no man's land or they like to go all the way back to goal instead of shadowing and keeping that pressure on that aggressor or on their offense. When you play defense, you want to keep that defense going the entire way. You don't want to break off and then put yourself in that situation. So if you ain't defending and all of that and getting pressure on them and stalling the ball and shadowing if you need to and picking up what the things you need to do then backward saves are going to be hell on earth for you because you're going to be out of position and they can send that ball whatever they think is awkward for you. If they elect to hit it above wall just a little bit and you jump for it because you're not shadowing and all of that, and they can put it wherever they want, and you jump for that, and you don't touch that ball, that's a free goal for them. So they're just going to make it as awkward as possible, and you're going to have a guy try to demo you and a whole bunch of other shit. So I said you should never be going all the way back to goal when you're on defense. Challenging, stalling, doing all of that. I mean, if he flicks it over your head upfield and it goes into your goal, he was probably going to flick the ball over your head downfield in your goal and go straight in. The only difference is if you can make it an awkward flick for him or something like that, or make him throw it away early, the ball has a chance to be picked up by a teammate or somebody else, teammate, opponent, and all of that, and it has a higher chance at missing. If you go all the way back to your goal, as soon as you are beat being the back man, it's game over. Even if you make him throw it early and he has to pop the ball over you, recatch the ball, and then continue down the field, or go for an air dribble or something like that, that is stalling time for your teammates to get back and try to make a defense on your goal. Don't make yourself the back man and then go all the way back and give them a full field of control, because that's giving them additional speed and additional options. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that is going to be the end of this stream. No, I am not back. I might be streaming more often than general, but I definitely ain't back. I've been enjoying this break from basically everything that I've taken, and it's been fun times. But anyway, thank you anybody that stopped by, and hopefully you at least learned one thing and stopped one bad habit, or at least working on a habit. Oh, one more quick thing before I go, and I promise it's going to be quick. Those of you that hate mechanics, you hate the arrow rights, flip resets, ceiling shots, all the showboating shit that most people hate. You can hate it all you want, but learn it. But learn it. Because what happens is, and what I've noticed that a lot of champs have is, because they don't know those mechanics, when they're put into a situation where they can control the ball and do something with the ball, they end up throwing the ball away because they don't know any of the mechanics or any of the control or anything like that. Like learning a musty flick, for example, will give you car control, because to get the musty flick, you have to set the ball up at a particular height to where you can jump up, flip backwards, and then get the flick. Learning the breezy flick, it's even more. If you learn just the setup to the musty and the breezy flicks, you can then do the very quick, 45-degree flicks to 360 flicks, and you can expand your arsenal on the amount of flicks that you can do from different situations. If you don't know that first setup for the musty and the breezies and all of that, you end up throwing the ball away or missing your flicks or not getting, as much power on your flicks because you don't have that timing because you never learned the mechanic. Learn the mechanics. I'm not saying mechanics are the end all be all, but if you want to have game sense and all of that, you have to learn the mechanics to have the games to develop the game sense. If you can't do double touches at all, then how the fuck do you expect to be able to defend against double touches? You know what I'm saying? So you'll never develop that game sense to defend a double touch if you don't know how they work. Anyway, I said it'd be quick, and so it's going to be quick. Thank you anybody stopping by, and as always, supplement your lifestyle, and I will see you next time. Adapt, react, and overcome. Peace.